You want to check.
It's the second week.
It's on the web. No, you tag along with Andre or is the mic on?
Yeah, because I kind of, when I was talking
So
to
it suggests that it's on.
I don't know if I want to be a chemical engineer or if I just want to be a chemist.
Okay.
Or if I just want to be a chemistry interest, or if I want to be a chemist with science.
Well, at this point, that all focus is remarkably good. Exactly. Just to have that, just to have chopped it down, cut the problem in half twice, you're good, right? Yeah. So if you're not going to major in French literature or pre-law, okay, and you can switch later. Right, yeah, that's a good.
French literature was my plan.
It's probably interesting.
Well, and then I also I remember thinking about how if I went to Abu Dhabi, I would just go for free, which would be wild.
Come in. They have granting campuses. We're talking college. Are you a junior or a senior? You're a freshman? Wow. You're good at stuff. We're going to talk college anyway. Come sit down.
You're kind of far off the pathway there.
Oh, that's Ilya's fault.
Yeah.
No, that's her fault.
It's your fault.
What's Ilya's fault?
It's a freshman. Yeah, you.
Wow. I don't know exactly what the response is. Yeah, it's not really a response.
Everybody's so grown up. Okay, so.
Yeah, you don't gotta worry yet.
So, college.
College.
Yeah.
College.
Yes.
Somebody say.
Uh-oh. What were we talking about? Going to class.
We were talking about how.
Abu Dhabi.
Oh, Abu Dhabi.
Oh, they have 3 degree-granting campuses.
Yeah.
This is NYU. Abu Dhabi, New York, Abu Dhabi, and Shanghai.
Yeah.
And Shanghai is about to expand a whole bunch.
Of course.
Abu Dhabi, Andre knows one of the kids because he's a squash player, right? Because a lot of people in the Middle East play squash. It's a big thing in Egypt. I don't know anything personally about those, but Andre's registering at Paris for the fall because unlike any other university that I know of, they own and operate, I think, 10 or 11 other campuses.
And that's the thing for me, I want to be able to go everywhere.
Yeah, so when you go, right, instead of being in somebody's exchange thing where you're kind of half in and half out because it's not really your program, but it's a good program, but it's some other school, right? And one thing about NYU is they operate their own campuses in these 10 or 11 cities, right? Yeah. And that includes Paris and London, but also Auckland. They're just all over.
And that's the thing, that's important to me.
Yeah.
And that's why, I love there. And, they're not, their chemistry program's good. It's not, insane. But, it's also NYU, so everything's good.
Yeah.
So, for me, I love the idea of being able to, have that kind of easier option where, it's within the same school. So I don't have to deal with, a lot of, kind of simple issues going around.
Yeah. All right, so good that we're on that topic because what I want to focus on is projects, right, and working independently. And if one effective way to find your way forward with colleges is to have done some independent work and to tell them about it, okay? So Leo, who's my junior, my son Leo, just did, right, my junior.
Do not call him the kayak kid.
He is so mad.
Call him the kayak kid.
Do not. Don't set somebody up like that.
Let me tell you the story. Hold on.
He doesn't know him.
Before, when I thought I was applying to Berwick was Leo's 8th grade year, my 8th grade year, kayak year. I got into Berwick.
The year of the kayak?
Is that
notorious?
I got into Berwick.
Yeah.
My mom started following them on Facebook. 3 days later, the kayak video goes up. My mom looks
Featuring
at me,
Jeff Gunn.
and she's like, "Oh, great! You could be like the kid who built that cool kayak." And now I tell her I'm friends with the kayak boy.
Did you mention he's not the nicest person? He really needs to be hugged a lot more.
I was his only friend at school today.
There you go.
Yeah, everybody
Right.
left today.
He's
Right.
probably watching this right now on the live stream, and he's taking notes.
That's right. Kayak boy. So,
Yeah, it was funny. And then my mom was like, "Kayak, you should be like that."
Well, no, but the question is to apply to those programs, what should you do?
Right.
Because it's kind of time,
Sure is.
right? This spring and this summer for you is really an important
I know,
time.
I have to find my internship. I got
Showtime.
Well, yeah, what kind of internship are you considering?
Probably. Either it's tough because here every single chem-ish internship is either biochem or marine biology
Okay,
and not chemistry.
okay,
And so what I was told to do is start emailing professors at like UNH and be like, I want to do this
yeah,
now.
good,
What's good is Mr. Maldonis is the chem teacher at Berwick.
yeah,
Sweetest man alive. He went to Bates.
okay,
He's like, I know chem professors there. Let's talk. But I just haven't set up that meeting.
Thought you'd
But I
appreciate
really
that.
need to.
that's great,
I mean, honestly, Bates would be a great place for me to go. Because I have the house in Bath now.
right?
And that's where I'll try and be spending some
Java
time. That
cubes.
like being able to go into
Go to
Bates
Java, drink to Java,
to do
Java.
stuff is like,
Great,
so yeah.
good. All right, so step one is tonight, okay? Because we're going to focus on working independently, okay? And then hopefully, that may grow into something that it doesn't have to be the thing we do tonight, but it'll give you the idea that maybe some independent work is a better way to distinguish yourself, right? Than the other things that I'm sure you're able to do, like get very good grades or row a boat, right? Which are both cool things, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't have heard of you anyway too much.
But it's not just an opportunity to stand out, it's an opportunity to figure out whether the thing you think you want to do is actually a thing you want to do.
Yeah, it's not all looking for college, it's figuring out if you actually like it or not.
Yeah, and one of the things I'd like to see us do here, which we haven't had a chance to do yet, is if students come to us and say, there's a Coursera course. Do you know what Coursera is?
Yeah, you try to Elliot.
Yeah, probably, right? And it's in chemistry, or it's in computational biology, or it's in calculus, or it's in whatever, and it's just something I want to do, right? Then we can provide the space and the support to make sure you get through it, and we'd be really, really happy to do that, okay? So, with what is going to be a very small group, I posted a Replit for Frozen Lake. For those of you whose computers don't like Python, you can run it on Replit. Did you see that? Did you see the link? For Frozen Lake, yeah? All right, so if you feel like you can, try to do a couple things with that. If your computer runs Python and you're in some other environment, great, go. But if you run Replit, right, try to write a program, no matter how it works, that gets across the lake successfully. So just to figure out how to interact with the problem, okay? And remember back when we first worked on the maze, we kind of went through it quickly, but the first program that I wrote that solved the maze just walked across the maze. It just said, go east, go south, right? Because
Don't care if anything happens.
right, it knew the way, right? The second one that we wrote actually solved the maze at random. It just said, give me a sample move and I'll do that. And several tens of thousands of moves later, it works, right? So Frozen Lake is almost like the maze. It's a little bit different because it's got a little bit of random effect in it. The idea is it's a frozen lake. So every now and then when you say go one way, it goes another. Doesn't always work, I think, okay? But I think it's worth a try to get accustomed to using one of OpenAI's environments instead of one of our environments, because if you can use one of those, you can use them all. And then there's no stopping you, right? Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to fire it up here, just so we know what it looks like.
I fired it up in Replit.
You do what?
I fired it up in Replit just to.
Yeah, good.
It's currently trying to update NumPy and Cloud Pickle. I don't know what Cloud Pickle is.
So the first time you run on Replit, it's going to take around a minute and a half, because it's actually building you a computer that has everything it needs to run the gym, just because you asked nicely. And then if you don't use it for about 10, 15 minutes, it'll throw that computer away. And then it'll build you another one.
The internet is an amazing place.
I know, it's wacky, right?
Crazy how to do that.
I think they're doing it just because they need you guys to learn how to do this stuff, because they need people to do this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing that you're all doing. And you know what? I have a funny story for you
Oh boy.
about Ilya. And I was going to remember to tell it, so I'm going to tell it to you in a minute. Hey, so Ilya,
Yeah.
why don't you come on up here and you get this machine fired up with Replit, because we have few enough people that you ought to do some programming tonight together. So in terms of doing projects, Ilya went to a high school which will be unnamed innovation celebration thing.
Did you see my presentation?
Where,
I was in the room that they put all the bad people.
He was in
oh, stop.
Yeah, no, I was in their room more than I was in my own.
All right, well, Ilya was in a room where a kid said, I'm going to build a rocket and put a computer in it and shoot it up into whatever.
That's how the twins, right?
Yeah, and Ilya put up his hand and said, well, wouldn't that work better with a, what did you say?
Raspberry Pi?
It's a good question. That's where Ilya's project came from. Did you guys ever see the rocket?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I was, yeah.
that's where the project came from. We were like, hey, if you're going to ask hard questions,
Might as well give part an answer.
get to work, yeah. And it worked. And it didn't work a number of times, and then it did. So, you know,
Yeah, I think we watched all the videos.
I think that, yeah, we probably did. There's probably a link in the Discord.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, right there.
Here's just a vendor.
And then after you crank it up right here, yo, there you go. Share it up on that big screen, okay? So the reason that we picked Frozen Lake is because it doesn't draw pretty pictures, so you don't have to run it on your computer. Did you ever get Python going on that thing? Not really, right? Now let's do this. Yep, you can just hit run and hang out. Hey, you made it. You're my hero. You've come a long way, right?
I live in Nottingham, so I'm not.
Oh, it's not that far. It's not that close.
I stayed home,
So,
kids and all that stuff. Yeah.
how old are they?
3 and 6 months.
Oh, I missed that.
That's fun.
I missed that. All right, so here's what we're doing. We have the Frozen Lake environment from OpenAI Gym set up in a Replit. And we can do that one in Replit because it doesn't really do any graphics. It just does ASCII. Okay? The initial steps here are just to recall how to interact with an environment to program it yourself to just walk across the lake. Of course, it's a little different than the maze because the lake is slippery. So it doesn't always do exactly what you say, but you should get somewhere. And then perhaps to solve it at random before trying to solve it some other way, some way of your choice, okay? And what you can see here when you run the little sample that I wrote is what does it do? It takes random steps until it fails, I guess. And it fails because it fell in a hole. So this is start, this is goal, F is frozen, and H is a hole in the ice. I think that's what that means. So as it walks, it highlights where it is. Okay? So on your own, find a way to get it to walk across the lake.
It's in the far corner of the desk. Next to the board.
You're going to on a Raspberry Pi? You can? Solve it on a Raspberry Pi. What are you doing? You want to bring it in the other room and fire it up? Yeah, let's do that. Come on. Solve it on a Raspberry Pi. You can just swipe. Whatever else you need. Hack, you'll get there. Is that a Pi 4 or a Pi 3? Huh? Oh, nice. We always decided it would be more of a challenge if we did it on a Raspberry Pi.
Nice.
It's like, why not?
You got another battery, portable.
In case you're on an actual
Frozen lake outside.
frozen lake, you might need your Raspberry
Frozen
Pi.
Lake on Frozen Lake.
Yeah.
That's actually going to help you get off. You actually plot in where you're standing and it solves it for you.
That's kind of how Leo started with the kayak.
Mm-hmm.
In the car,
The what?
with the GPS.
Oh, God, that was funny.
Who started with the
Who with the what?
Oh, yeah.
I'm immune. I was involved.
He breadboarded a navigational system that only told you to go left or right. So it had two LEDs. You just drove the car, and you put in the coordinates of Home Depot in this case, and it just said when you can, turn left, or when you can, turn, the lights would go on. And the funniest thing was we got to the end of the street and it said go left, but the thing was right. And so he just pulled the wires out and switched them. And then from there, it worked pretty well. and it just generally knew like, on your left or on your right, because it did like just a little tiny bit of trigonometry, right? And yeah, we got to Home Depot. It was super funny.
I actually have to remember how to write full times.
You'll get there. Recorded line. Hang on. Hi. How are you? Good. Where are you?
On my desk one, it's white. So, sorry, did you say you're going to dates in chemistry?
I mean, like, not going there, but into anything.
Oh, okay. My sister was there for undergrad.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she like it?
What?
Does she like it?
Yes. But it was also like,
That's fair.
but she's done well for herself.
Yeah, no, that's where Mr. Maldonado went.
Mm-hmm.
And he loved it. And he was like all like happy because everybody spent some Colby
Mm-hmm.
at Burbank.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Right.
So he's all, go Bates, and he wants everybody to go to Bates.
She really liked Bates.
Yeah.
And then she did her graduate work at Yale.
That's
And
cool.
now she worked for a series of biotech companies. But now she actually works for Brown. She moved out of the industry, and now she works at Brown, helping the researchers at Brown who have developed, processes or whatever that may have, like intellectual property that may have product value, figure out how to bring it to market.
That's really cool. That's
Yeah.
like a very that's really that's cool. Yeah. I don't know. I just need to figure out what a chemistry major can even do and then go from there. I just know I like it. And I have to figure out what to do with it. Better than nothing, that's for sure.
Do you have an extension key available for the boost ones?
No. I can pull down the one I put on the desk. You need me to reach it for you? Don't electrocute yourself. Don't fall.
showing, right? That's good. So, go ahead.
Yeah, I forget, how do you decide how big the parameter mode to be on?
You ask it, right? And you ask it by so what I would do, I would go over to this window and make an environment. Just to remind myself of how it all works, right?
Yeah.
So I would go over here and I would say, my environment A equals make whatever. Dot make sure. It's camel case frozen lake 0, right?
Yeah.
Frozen lake 0. And then I would say a dot action underscore space, discrete form. So it can make 4 discrete actions. And I would say a dot observation. I have to remember what each different place calls it. Observation space, discrete 16. Now, how do you think that maps to the problem?
So action space is the number of different actions you can take. Yeah. So for 4 different actions. Yeah. I'm guessing the observation space is the different places you can move, right?
I think when observations give you the entire state of the problem.
Okay. Yeah.
4 by 4. I can do 16 by 8. So if you caught up, we posted on the Discord a Replit that can run OpenID. So that if you can't get Python on your computer, you can still apply. Okay? You can run it either way. You can run on our computer, you can do whatever you want. We're just getting started exploring that. And the first goal is to get across the frozen lake absolutely anybody can. So I'm going to try to do it by hand. Just remember how it works, okay? Watch this. Did you do it? A dot reset says, okay, you're in state 0. I don't know what that means. But I'll cheat. I'll just do a dot render. Oh, that's state 0. How would I take a step?
A dot step 0.
Sure. Okay, so something happened. Not sure what, but I can remember it. I didn't believe it. Interesting.
You probably moved up or down, or up or left.
Perhaps. So let's just try step 0 doggedly again. No, I moved this time. Now it is a frozen lake, right?
Yeah.
That's 0. Oh, I moved that time. Why? But I got somewhere. You guys figure out. Just do it by hand. So goal number 1 is to write a program, even if it's step, whatever, that at least sometimes works. Okay, well, what approach did you use?
It was just like just take steps until something happened.
Random steps?
Yeah.
Well, do you think if you did that for the entire time we've been talking, you would eventually come to a goal?
Right.
Why don't you wrap a loop around it?
Well, I'm in a while.
Okay, and while what?
Well, true.
That'll eventually do something. But the only issue there is once you fail, did you remember perhaps to reset the environment?
Okay, wait, did I?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, well, that'll slow down.
So what's that prod? That's the thing it's returning. It's returning your state, your reward, whether
Oh,
it's
the
done.
prob. Oh, okay. This is something that we didn't do in our environments. That's a hint.
Okay.
So OpenAI environments will sometimes give hints to help you solve problems. And I don't know what that hint, the dictionary with probability in it. I'm going to guess it's probably. It's the likelihood of slipping.
Okay.
Like, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
But I don't know that. I'm just going with it until someone proves me wrong. Like maybe there's one chance in 3 that you just don't go the way you said, right? In fact, there's a funny thing that people do. They do odds, reward, done, underscore equals a dot step. This is like a little bit of Python culture. Underscore is to diss something. It's a variable name. It's legal to call it underscore. But by saying underscore, you're saying, I'm not looking at that. I don't care. I don't need hints.
That's funny.
Right, who needs hints?
And then, if you look at underscore, they'll have a value.
Right. Yeah, no hints for me. Yeah.
I like that.
So is that just a convention? I mean, it is a
It,
legit
it,
variable.
it is. It's
Almost like a recycle bin.
yeah, it's just a disrespectful variable name. Okay?
With me, it would be like, oh, I don't need that, and then I'd regret it, and then I'd go look at it.
You have to ununderscore it. I look at them sometimes. Depends. Up. Replit crashed.
Failing half the times. like giving me errors half the times.
Put your code up there.
I don't know, it just keeps on telling me action isn't defined, but actions.
I don't know. You can continue or put your code up there. It's up to you.
I'll put my phone up and see.
All right.
That's not what this is right. Don't do it. Is run what you, I'm not running it, I'm running it.
That's good. Run locally. That's totally fine.
But will it let me cast?
You can cast your desktop. Did you get there? I saw a victory dance. Okay. What did you do?
Just randomly try it until, just a random walk.
You just ran sample whatever? Cool.
Kind of like the first thing you do.
How many steps did it take?
Okay, I gotta put that back.
Yeah, fire that up.
That's what I did too.
Very strange. I think I should have already had this set up.
That was my thinking.
Yeah, that was quizzical.
There we go. Okay, this is what I have. And
Okay.
it's saying that this doesn't, it doesn't.
Oh, hang on. You're gesturing to over there. Okay, here we go.
Yes, it says it doesn't like what I have highlighted.
I believe that. Okay.
That area, but it'll run, like it runs half the time.
Exactly half. It runs 0.69% of the time on average.
Probably.
Right. So I have a question. See line 10? Tell me what line 10 does.
If it was the random number, oh, I'm so silly.
Sometimes. Yeah, often, actually. Right? So there you go, right?
Oh yeah, I just like, I want to be able to do the exploit things. I like the explore versus exploit.
Go ahead. Yeah, just you can go straight to that. Make a Q table. It's okay. Go ahead. You have to ask yourself, what would the dimensions of that be? Mm-hmm. You got to have a little bit of a. You're correct. But you're going to notice if you take a close look at the observations that you're going to wind up with something that's equivalent to that. So you might want to run it and print the observations so you know what they look like. So can you guys make that run? I like the two computers. That's your future. Yeah, you'll have at least two. Just trust me. Okay. Sure. Do the cartpole one.
I let my grapple go to sleep.
Huh? So the cartpole one, you can take any approach, right? Like the approach that you took last time, remember?
Oh wait,
From-
I have a question.
I'm ready.
I was trying to remember so much earlier.
Hmm?
But I forgot how to call it.
Python space. So hit type ls. You're in Unix land now. For the rest of your life, you'll be in Unix. Go type ls. Enter. Okay. That means ls means tell me everything that's in here. Which one do you want to run? Mountain car for fun? So Python space. And then here's what do m tab. You want it so you don't have to type m like Michael for mountain car tab. Nope. It's the only thing that starts with m. Okay. Enter. Oops, try Python. How can Python 3? No, sorry, all one word. Yeah, see, it says you have Python 3 installed. It's just called Python 3. M tab. Dum-da-dum. There you go. Bonk. Good. Can you get that thing to fire up?
I'm on it.
You getting it?
Trying to figure out what to do.
Well, I would start with just giving it like explicit actions, right? Like you don't even need the loop. You can just say, step 0, render, step 0, render, step 1, render, and just see what it does. And see if you can just nudge it across the lake, right? And then we'll move from there to letting it use the loop to do it at random. Sometimes I don't like to start with that random step because it kind of always works. People don't perceive what's really going on under there, right? So just go ahead and try. Go ahead, you're doing it. That's total. So we're going to write like something that's going to look a little silly at first, but just trust me. Take line 14 and actually tell it, line 14 is cool, but instead of saying action, just say step 0. Right? Oh no, 0, give it a 0, which is one of the 4 choices. Good. Then on the next line, right, so going down, just say env.render, so it spits it out over there. And then comment out the rest of your code for now. You can do that by hitting the 3 apostrophe trick. You ever do that? It's a block comment on that keyboard. I don't know. Oh, wait, it's that one. Dunk, dunk, dunk. And then put 3 of them down there where you want the block to end. Yeah, bump, bump, bump. Try to run that. Just see what that does. I just want to get to like a starting point. Okay, so it moved. See? So now, try to just copy those 2 lines.
And just do it over and over again.
Give it different moves. Just mess with it until you get a general idea of how it works. And then from there, we'll move on. Okay? So you have complete disinterest in problems don't require serious hacking to get started? Is that the plan? That's going to take you fun. It's an incredible adventure. That's going to be great.
I love more RAM.
Hmm?
I love more RAM.
That one has more RAM? It's always worth hacking. Go for it.
I'm also trying to test if I can get where I am without like a GPS or anything. Maybe that doesn't have a GPS chip. I don't know.
Hmm? I don't know. You show me. Get it running. Yeah?
You have a problem with throwing air out.
Here, toss it up here.
So I'm trying to just kind of jump off the deep end.
Sure, yes. Good.
That's me.
Yep.
See if I can cast button. So I've been trying to kind of left. Right. I'm going with the whole bird.
Got it. That actually looks reasonable. Okay.
And it's throwing this air right out of bounds.
Yeah, I think I see the problem right off the bat.
Yeah.
So first of all, just for fun, you can unindent this twice just so it looks like Python.
Where?
The line 17.
That didn't know that.
Yeah, that's not going to hurt anything, but just go back it up one more time. Good, that looks nice. So, and this is exactly what we talked about a moment ago. There are in fact 16 discrete states,
Yeah.
but I believe they're not organized 4 by 4 in this case.
Oh, are they just
Things just linear.
0 to 16?
Yeah, 0 to 15.
Okay.
So if you were to change the dimensions of this table, this is absolutely legit 4-4 action. Looks like the problem.
Just have to be.
16 action, yeah.
That's why.
Try that.
How do the observations even work? 'Cause I'm like trying to make sense of them and I don't even, like, 'cause like the numbers just change.
Right, strange, right? So when we were playing tic-tac-toe, right, observations were like 9,603 or 8,731, right? As long as they identify the state, right, they don't have to be meaningful to people,
That's true.
okay? They just have to say, you know this particular state we're in? This is the one we're in. It's not the other ones, it's this one, yeah. So in this case, those states, they could have scrambled them just for fun, right? All they have to tell you is which of those 16 squares, right?
Because like the highest number I'm seeing is like 12.
I believe that. There's a total of 16.
Yeah, but I haven't seen like anything higher.
Have you tried by hand to just steer the little dot over to the corner? So here's the way I would explore that, right? I would just try it. Oops, it's not me anymore. But here, and I'll make it, that's not your fault. I asked you to do that. So I'll make it, whoops, I'll make it me again, right?
Kick me out.
So, yep, you're gone. So I would do a dot render. Just explore my own. Oops. Yeah, that didn't happen. That's okay. So I'm going to do a equals Jim dot make frozen lake v0. Like, it really crashed. Sometimes the little virtual machine on the other end just goes away.
Jen, needs
Oh,
to-
come on. What one?
We have those.
You need a GPS chip to get across the frozen lake?
You gotta know where you are.
That's one approach.
No, the pie to get location.
I think we have a GPS chip in the bin over there. Yeah.
What?
Go look. It looks like a it's got a little circular disc on it.
Got a 13.
There you go.
Wow.
You got a 13 quicker than I could build my computer.
I'm just, 14? Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
14. I'm just trying to see if it gets up, because eventually it did win.
Sure.
I'm wondering if the win space is 16.
Probably index 15, I would guess, right? I'm going to go yes on that, but it's a guess. So can you stumble across the lake? You can. Just keep replicating the line and giving it steps. And just trying it. See what happens.
Seems like it really likes 4, 8, and 12, though.
Well, now,
at least
I'm married to a math teacher. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Hey, she
Why-
gave me
why-
4 questions of homework, and I was very grateful, because
Why does it like 4, 8, and 12?
those are happy numbers.
No.
They're like 4 plus 4 plus 4.
Yes, but that's why I also predicted likes, ready, 3, 7, and 11.
Plus 4 plus 4.
Because you're moving which way?
Down.
Yeah, if you're moving left and right, it probably goes up and down 1, and if you're moving up and down, it probably goes up and down 4,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
it often goes 0, 4, 8, 12.
There you go.
I'm getting another error trying to make that recast.
Yeah, pop it up there.
I'm just
What are you
gonna
working on?
trust that there is a 15.
Pondering.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a Q table going.
Is it working?
Oh, yeah, I do get a 15. Okay, cool.
Cool. Is it training?
No, I'm not that step yet. I'm
Okay.
the one step before that.
Okay. You can always sneak a peek at your old collabs if you need to. Yeah, yeah. That's what I do. That's what everyone does. Just what you're supposed to do.
Or you just go on Stack Overflow.
That's that too. So, what do you got there? What's
So
going on?
it's from me trying to check the reward down here.
Okay.
Remember what I'm talking about old code, right? Now I need to change it somehow to fit this more.
Okay, so let's just think for a sec. You said, while true, I'm either going to take a sample move or the best move that I'm aware of, right? Then I'm going to take my new observation, and I'm going to update my, well, so state is the original one, and then state is the new one. Okay. It's going to be reward plus something. Sure. Down here, it says if done. What is this? This is saying, hey, if I got a positive reward, no, this said if I propagated the reward back to the start.
Yeah.
Well, which is the start here? Can you just type Q over
I
here?
was checking for reward equals 1, couldn't I?
That's to get to the finish. This was if it got all the way back to the
If
start.
it makes it all the way
If
back.
it backpropped. Can you type Q here? You see Q's dimensions,
Yeah.
right? So we no longer need to consider the max of Q00 because Q has got a different shape.
Yeah.
Our old one was chunks of 4, right? We really just have to consider the max of the 0th place, because that's the upper left.
Yeah.
So if you were to change that to max of Q of just plain 0, it might work. Yeah, that might work. It might backprop all the way to the start. But you have a render in there, so you can see it. Now, what happened? In line 19, something bad happened. What happened there? So what is state? Type state here, and let's see what it looks like. Almost. Bound method of time. Okay, so bad. So I think what happened is they have a method called state, and you have a variable called state. You had no way of knowing that.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to call, just in this particular case, even though it's totally legit, you might want to call it something else.
The county.
Sure. Or S,
I'll just call S.
or ob0 or something. Call it something.
Where else do I call S?
Several places. Here, you swap it somewhere down here. Yeah. Down here, all the way down.
Yeah, when you highlight the
Oh, oops.
What?
When you reset, what did you set it equal to?
State.
No, you set it equal to the reset function because you didn't call Python. Thank you, Python. So that wasn't the name collision. It was that you set it equal to a function.
Got it.
Try it now.
Oh, 20 steps. That's oh, there we go. There's found the other state.
Nice. What line is it?
Oh,
Found it.
19.
Good.
That's how you find an error real quick.
Yeah, that works. That's a finding. That's why I don't like the AP test because you can't run it.
Ooh, made it.
Type Q. You did make it. You got the reward all the way back to the start. Yeah. So now try to find the code to use the Q table to walk across the lake.
All right. Oh, I have to show you. Actually, I want to show you something really funny real quickly. So one of my friends is in the AP or APCS class or whatever they're called, Advanced CS. My friend Jack.
Yeah.
And so I offered to a ton of my friends. I was like, if you need help, like debugging code, or
Yeah.
just have any questions, like feel free to ask me.
Yeah.
And so he has like a test, a project due tomorrow. He's like, hey, can I ask you some questions about string stuff? I'm working on this project, what makes a Caesar cipher? And I'm like, I'd be happy to help. So this was right before I came out here tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, just send me your .java. Like I was talking to him on the phone. Just send me
Yeah.
your .java so we can look at it together.
Sure.
And he's like, sure. And so I started looking at it
Mhm.
and just take a look at it.
You want to toss it up there?
No, you'll see it in a second. It's
Okay.
just,
Yikes.
I literally.
We should have a little talk about
I just stared at my phone for a second. I was like,
we should have a little talk about indenting things.
Jack. I was like,
Like,
Jack.
dude,
Also variables with capitals.
he'll get it.
What are the other good? What are the
He'll
next
get it.
good
You
ones?
told me all of them earlier.
He'll get it. He'll get it at some point.
I love just so his methods, just his method in class. Just start here and just.
This is one of the reasons we teach Python, right? Because it's just easier to get going.
I was like, Jack, you've been in this class for what, 4 months at this point?
What do you got going?
I don't know. I don't know if she hasn't hammered that.
Well, that's good. I like when things are harder than they look. So how are you going to explore it just for beginning? How about if you just reset it and see what it says? Have you tried that? So just print the observation and just see what it looks like. We'll solve this, don't worry. So if you run that, what happens? Carpool's a very famous problem, by the way. Like as a, he was a freshman in college. I know you're in 8th grade, but are you in 9th? See, I cannot keep this straight. I know you're in 9th grade, but why did you? Oh, because when your mom contacted me initially, when your sister was here, she described you as being in 8th grade because it was back. Sierra. How's she doing? She should come by. She a junior? Juniors are busy. So here's what I would do if I had to try cartpole, okay? What? I would just go right to my computer and say A equals, oops.
Tell me, I'm about to run it with using the code. Oh, never mind.
So Google, Raspberry Pi GPS.
Gym.make. What is it? Cartpole V what? Sure, I believe you. So I would just make cartpole V1, right? Write in a Python session and I just hit reset and I'm like, yikes. It's got 4 things. Okay. Maybe only one of them matters. I don't know. I would just start to do the experiment that you did last time on each of them individually, okay? So how many actions has it got? It's famous for this, so I know, but I'm going to show you how you would know. It's only got 2 actions. What could they possibly be? Yep, that's it. That's all you get, right? So I would start by saying, look, I'm just going to look at whether the first element of the observation is negative, and I'm going to do action 1, and if it's positive, I'm going to do action 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try the second element, right? I'm just going to see what happens. Like, why not, right? So now if I want those elements, I could say the observation that I need to work with, right, is something that I'm going to keep around. See it? Now it's called obs. See it again? And if I want the 0th element, I can do that. If I want the first element, I can do that. So before I start combining the elements, which is something I may need to do, I would just try it. I would just say, look, if obs of 0 is negative, do action 0 and do action 1. Run it and see whether it responds to any of those. And there's no reason, it's machine learning, there's no reason to think you need any of them or all, I mean, you need one of them. But there's no reason to think you need all of them. Okay? So try to build that loop just like you did last time, based on this observation. Okay. Where are you on the lake? Did you get across? That's okay, I get confused a lot.
It's so inconsistent.
That's exactly right, it is inconsistent. They did that to you on purpose. So occasionally, I think 1 out of 3 chances when you walk on the ice, you slip. Okay?
This exact same set of code I've got to like 5 different places on the...
That's why it's a problem, right? So what I would suggest, do you think that code should get you to the end, like sometimes? Have you figured out which direction's which?
No.
Oh, because it's that slippery?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, wait, cast your screen up there and we'll look at it. Guys, how slippery is the lake? It's pretty slippery, huh?
I found that it can be either not slippery or very slippery, and it's a challenge.
Oh, that's the hint. The slipperiness.
Yeah. It like
Maybe
sometimes-
it changes.
Sometimes it'll take like 50 steps or 20 steps, and sometimes it'll take like a couple thousand.
Maybe some lakes are slippery. I don't know this problem. Maybe some lakes are more slippery than others. Take a look.
I don't see how you
What's
supposed
the
to implement that.
how do you print it again?
Not letting me cast.
It's not letting you cast to which?
No, that was
Anything?
Came up now.
Hmm?
Supposed to,
You just need to do
Oh yeah, just you got to smack it like several times. Did it go?
equals
No, you get there.
and then print it.
Try it again.
oh, so
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Just print underscore. Just type underscore over here and hit enter. The thing that we said we wouldn't look at. Let's look at it. Enter. Well, it's still 0.333. That's pretty slippery. So I think there's a 1/3 chance it doesn't do what you say. So you're doing 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, which I think would probably be down. Oh, it's telling me right, right, up. So I think you should try to program down, down, right, right, down, right. And then if you're super lucky, you never slip, it'll work. But we can't really be super lucky, but it's a start. So that would be down, down. That would be so like 1, 1. And then right, right, which would be like 2, 2, and then 1, and then 2. Yeah, something. Considering the nature of the problem, if you make a slight mistake, I don't think you'll ever know. But so we're going to try it. Okay, once you fall in a hole, you'll go anywhere, right? That's fine. So then what I'm going to do is I just want to try this. So sure, you can do that. You can just do for n in range 1,000 actually in Python if you want to. Because I'm just going to totally brute force it, like just try it, right? Yeah, for n, which is my looping variable, I just made it up. Sure. No, n like just Nancy, just the letter n. That's my it's a variable. In range. Here, let me help you. Yep, you got it. In, and then yeah, you got it. In, and then the word range. No, there you go. That's 2 words. In space range. And then put parens and tell it, 1,000, colon. That makes a loop that just does something 1,000 times. That goes on the outside. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Then take those lines and indent, color them all in, and hit the tab once, and they'll all move over, and they'll all magically become inside the loop. Good. Perfect. Now, at the top of the loop, sure, go ahead. At the top of the loop, I think we probably have to say inside the loop env.reset, because we have to reset it to try it again. Otherwise, you'll be in the hole forever. So inside the loop, after line 14. Let me show you.
Okay, so now,
Yeah, exactly. Good. Now that might get some good run.
GPS are solder stuff.
It did some crazy thing, right? So now here's what I want to do. If the reward is ever positive, I want to stop. The way you do that, and I'm going to impose, I'm going to type for a sec, because this is just too weird to describe. You say, if that final reward is greater than 0, break. Break says, I'm done with the loop. Okay? Okay. Run that, and we'll take a closer look at your steps. If your steps are adequate, then if you try it 1,000 times, you eventually get there.
Huh. My Q table this time thinks there's two.
You did it. I don't know how many tries it took. Nice. So now you can consider just taking random steps. And you can get a random step from the environment by using action space dot sample or something. I don't know. I'll know in a sec. I'm going to do it with you by casting, okay? So for your second attempt, having succeeded at the first attempt, right? You can get a sample action equals gym.make frozen lake v0 env.reset. There I am, right? If I need a sample action, I can do env.action space dot sample paren. There you go. See how it's giving me a different number sometimes? So you should be able to write a while loop that just takes random moves, but you got to be careful because when the done flag goes off, you got to start the whole thing over again. Think about that. We can work on it together a little bit.
Then do carpool and just a tab. Yep. .py.
Cool. Probably deleting all of those, but that's okay.
Yeah, those are already in there.
Actually, oh, they were?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to need,
I know.
wait, are they jumped? Or are they the same?
I don't know.
You might want to grab the meter and see if the ground pin connects to the pin right next to it. It looks like there might be traces.
Oh, okay.
Saying there's errors with the actual thing in carpool, not with your code. The only error is throwing the actual code into the file. Yeah, that'd probably be why.
Yeah, I think they probably the one that we have that on.
What's going on back there?
Why do you guys have so many dog
He's fixing his car. What?
There's so many dog treats back there.
Oh, because Michael's dog is here during the
Bear
mornings.
hangs out here?
In the mornings, yeah. It's super cute.
I love that dog.
Yeah, everybody loves that dog.
He lived next to my work. And one time I was in work when he lit in.
Oh, really?
And my coworkers were like, oh my god, there's a dog outside. And I took it and he walked in with Bear and I was like, and I ran outside.
He's so funny.
He's such a good boy.
Yeah, but he also like prances. He takes himself very
He's a
seriously.
poodle. Of course
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah. It's not like you were fixing your car in there.
I don't understand why I got a number greater than 1. I have it set so it'll multiply by the greatest thing times 3/4.
Okay.
And the greatest thing is always 1. The greatest like reward. And I got a number greater than
Are
1.
you accumulating?
No.
Okay. That's a little strange. You want to throw it up there?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
You don't want to throw it up there?
Well, I just don't know if I really like what I have written.
getting
check the
to,
pins that are right next to it.
it's getting out, it's making it. It's going, hey, I made it.
Okay, you made it, yeah.
And then so I put in the code to try to
And
use
do
the
the same thing with the
table
Yes.
three
to
below.
make it through.
And which, right off the bat, looks kind of okay.
But then it's
Is,
trying to go
when you
left,
did the
left,
three
left,
volt
left,
pin one,
left.
is it only connected to one
Left,
pin,
left,
or
left.
check the ones on either
Left.
side?
Interesting, just hit Q and take a look at the contents of the table.
And that's what's happening is it's all filled with zeros except for the one.
Well, so,
Cool. Yeah,
oh,
so you don't
yes,
necessarily
because you
want pins, but
redefined
actually
made
pushes
it.
a lot better
So on
right
line
next to
28,
it.
Yeah.
line
But
28 used
you'll
to
need to
say
put
the
these
max of
for
the
TX and R.
zeroth position is more than 0. In
Yeah.
other words, if the reward had found its way all the way back to the beginning.
Oh yeah, not if it's just.
Right now, you're an unguided missile.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So if max at 0, right, like that.
Yeah, remember that incredibly annoying 3D staircase I drew using laptop?
That helped, no, that helped me so much, like visually, just like seeing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's still
more unique.
making it to a hole and then being like, hey, I made it better.
Well,
Oh.
that's okay, because it's still free, it will not work every time. But if you were to then exploit the Q table on 100 tries, I'll bet that you would succeed.
Until it actually makes it the best time.
Yeah,
Or until it
actually,
actually-
at least succeed.
Yeah.
Because if you still fall in the hole, you fall in the hole, right? The episode's over.
So then just here, while not
I have a
done.
weird one.
Oh,
So,
good.
I'm doing the whole like back propagation thing.
What about that?
I will.
Right.
And basically I'm doing like the front back reports, all that,
Yeah.
and I'm getting numbers that are greater than 1. And the biggest reward should be 1.
Okay,
And I'm
cool.
like,
Let's have a look.
it's very, well, and I don't think I'm accumulating.
Well,
I don't see where
I don't see that you're accumulating anything.
Me neither.
And the reward looks like it's coming from the environment.
Like this, so like, if you look in the Q table, I have, in this case, 3 that are greater than 1.
Well, that looks possible to me because the
Why?
reward looks like 1 plus 3/4 of a positive number. That's okay.
Yeah, that is true.
So if you want to keep it from exploding, like, in a more complete problem, you probably don't need to do this. But you can say, I'm going to take 9/10 of the reward and 1/10 of the other, and weight it out. But I don't think that's
Oh yeah, we did
necessarily.
weights last year.
Yeah, right. You can say I'm going to take 9/10 of the prior value and 1/10 of the new value. And if you want to do that, right, just make Q of state action equal to 0.9 times Q of state action plus 0.1 of the new thing. And I think it will then approach 1
Yeah,
from what?
I like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. All right, so cart pole, on which we will not give up. What happened? Go ahead, sure. So ops 1 doesn't do anything. You have to say print ops 1. I know it does something in replit. This behaves slightly differently. Go ahead. Sure. So let's make ourselves a loop that picks an action just based on whether ops 1 is greater than 0. Okay. Now, do you have your code that the mountain car solution? Use it structurally, right? So you use that code to remind yourself of how it's shaped and how it works, and then just modify it slightly. So try. Okay. And meanwhile, you find your way to the end, right? So now you're able to well loop in all that.
Well, the import something called cloud pickle. I'm a big fan of that name.
So random action it is.
Yep.
Your print's 1 all the time, huh? I'm very disappointed. I don't know. I feel that's this. Oh, I see why.
I was noticing that earlier, and now I kind of want to know what it is.
You didn't even assign it into a variable. You just called it.
Tell me.
Extended
say,
pickling support.
Action equals that. Right?
That doesn't help.
I just don't like
So you made a number. You just put
the
it in.
combination of words
Just say
pickle
action
support
equals that. Sure, yep.
rubs me the wrong way.
So we have to move this over to lines up with the Python converters.
Michael, if you cancel class tonight, I will cry.
That's okay.
I'm not here for you to make fun of me.
To tell you the
You're
truth,
gonna learn.
for
It's
someone
fine.
who's just in high school, you're fine. Do you have computer science at school?
You not need it forever every time.
I'm taking my class next semester.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much coding it is. I think it might be.
Okay, I've read 2 different definitions, and I'm still not sure what it is.
I chose it because of that.
Okay.
But the only, there's not
How do you
much
stop?
stop coding.
All right.
Why is it just trying to go left so much?
You can learn Python anytime you want. Like, we'll try to keep running classes, but you can come here after school. You can hop and do so. Okay? It just takes doing. And you guys are kind of pretty much exactly the same spot, right? You kind of get that. That's 4D.
I started learning Java in middle school.
Okay.
Oh.
To a tech class.
You're
Nice.
getting even
How's that
smaller
go?
numbers.
How do you do
now.
multi-line comment in Python?
Oh, good.
3 apostrophes.
Good. But Python
But you have to
is
close it again, it's not like the
Efficient.
one-line comment.
Might do something weird.
That's what I tried to do earlier, but it didn't do it.
Java's more
Did
rich.
you do it at the end?
Yeah.
Where did you,
But the concepts are
Here and here.
deep down deep.
Or not apostrophe, I did actually.
Go ahead.
yeah.
That's probably
Take
why.
that random set, right? So as well as printing the action, try to actually take that step. This is a little guy. So now, did you use your own example? You almost did. That's mountain cut. So here's what a good hacker does, okay? Hit Control A. Hit Control C. And that copied the whole thing. Now go to Carpool. And go to hit Control V. Now you can see both of them in place, right? So all you really want to do is you want to change this to the carpool and that. You want to change the actions to be 0 or 1. That's all you get. Right? And then you want to just wipe out the other stuff and run it and see if it yells at you. Right? And when it yells at you, that's actually a time saver. Like, don't be shocked, just run it. And if it says, hey, we're really good, you're like, well, okay. Yeah, what happened? Did it work?
I'm having it. It's still not printing. Still not saying it's getting the end.
Well, because if you're running it more than, oh, are you only running it once?
How many times are you trying to split the Q table? I mean, it's like,
What do you mean? So I'm doing. I have my Explorer rate set to half right now.
well, no, I see that. So now you build up the Q table.
Oh, so I commented the rest of this out just to
Oh,
see what
fine.
the Q table looked like.
It looks as good as any other Q table.
But it doesn't actually have a 1 anywhere, right?
It doesn't have a 1 anywhere. That's an interesting question, is why does it not have a 1 anywhere?
It's interesting that it's two of the same number too.
Well, yeah, but given the slipperiness, right, of the
Yeah,
lake,
so.
Make sure I try running it again, see what it says.
there's a 1 in 3 chance that's gonna happen in the last step, right? You're gonna slip into the hole.
Let's see.
Sure, you can run it again, but I'm kind of confused why it doesn't have a 1. So let it do its thing.
Got a 1 that time.
Did you interrupt it?
Nope.
In that case, don't take yes for an answer, run it again.
Yeah, I was going to.
Yeah. It was probably work. This is working most of the time. Oh, good. that means that, you know.
Yeah,
see-
nothing
see
here,
things
just
pretty
small
quick.
numbers.
You got a 1, I can see it.
Oh, where? Oh, yeah.
You get a light of optimism.
So let me show you a trick before you go on.
Okay.
You can also print Q, comma, or on the next line, you can print max of Q, you know, max of
So max.
max of Q should tell you if it's got 1 or not. No, I made that up, but I think that worked.
Oh.
Oh, how about NP dot max of Q? How will we max that? Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's np.max.
Yeah, and NumPy's a lot more like willing to try stuff. Here's a 1. See how from the rest?
So
I don't know how you got the thing.
let's check the one where it uses it.
Right, so again, using it should take several attempts.
I know. I have it counting up the number of attempts it would take.
I see that. That looks right to me. Yep. And there's the breaks and the whole thing.
So yeah, it's still just continuing to only try and step less.
What happens to
When it's trying to
No, he forget to put it back.
You go up.
Tell them
So
no.
I can go back. Oh, never mind. It's not letting me go any further back out.
Well, that's okay. So take the print out of the top.
I like how you just had to put these pins on the top, as opposed to all the other pins on
So this one?
Yeah. It's kind of- This is pretty
Soldering
solid.
job though.
This whole thing, this is what-
Okay. So
So-
I sent you
Now we can
Discord
run it this doing that.
for what looked like a pretty simple,
And you said,
like all GPS are a little bit
Oh,
complex. Basically,
Oh,
you
here we
need
go. Yeah, there it
to
goes.
do some stuff in OS to
Press last.
enable serial communication. So those are all the steps to enable it.
The Q tables
And
there
then
at the
when
top. Hold on.
And
I'm
then,
well, you just said, well,
Or sorry.
so just put a maximum number of attempts in there, just say.
Oh, now it's only doing down.
and so after you go through the steps, there's some software you can install.
Should I
Okay.
do if attempts is?
No, type Q. I said Q. No, I'm gonna be the code, okay, Q. Oops, try again. Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to execute the code as though by hand, okay?
Okay.
So whenever comment just now, run it, get a Q table, and then do what this does. Just actually type.
So
Repeat
just,
out argmax and QS and see what you get.
so comment this part out.
Yeah, just briefly. As much as I like the way it's written. Get yourself a Q table.
I don't know what printing all that stuff.
Doesn't matter. That key, make sure. Now execute your code by hand, okay? So say s equals env dot reset. Okay.
TX.
Sure. Take a look at s, make sure it's what you think it should be.
Yeah.
It's okay, right? Then do np argmax of q of s and see what you get.
Just like that, right?
Yeah. Sure. It's a 3. Okay. Do env step 3 and see what it does.
Didn't move anywhere.
env dot render. I just want to see what that means was.
Sure, was that?
Yeah.
Ah,
Unless it slipped out.
because of the craziness on one of your moves objects went the other way and things it worked.
Yeah.
So maybe part of this problem involves solving it a large number of times to get the probability out of it. So up above, rather than saying when I've solved it once,
So should I put maybe a for statement around this?
I think I would start intuitively, I would start with a counter. Right? And every time I get a positive reward, I think I make a counter to solve the same answer 1,000 times.
So wow, let's say
Make these up as I go, but it's an idea, right?
is less than, I don't know, what should we say? 100? No, that's too many.
I do 100.
100?
All right, it's a computer.
So let's say completes,
It might.
Do 300. No, whatever. Yeah.
completes.
Oh, I forgot about that. Get it. Right, exactly.
So that, right?
Yeah, sure.
So this is just gonna run it through 10 times. I need to reset or anything, or just keep letting it go.
Well, I mean, the code still has to be legit, right? So your reset
It'd still be 33, right, where you used to, right? So rather than this, say if the reward on this particular one is more than 0, increment completes. Because this is going to be more than 0 once you solve it once.
So which one should I check?
I think the conditional should be if reward is greater than 0. So, because you know you're done. If I got a reward, good. And then if I've gotten 100 rewards, great. So go ahead and run that and see what the Q table looks like and see if it's a little better resolved, a little more reliable. I don't know what happened.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, wait. What did happen? Did it do it?
Oh, it thinks it made it multiple times. Oh, I think I need. This is indented, right? Yeah, this.
Will you take a look at it? That's my thing here.
Oh, I think I should.
Oh, because we're almost out of time. Okay. Yeah, what? So you know what? I'm going to code that with you. Good. You talk first. I spoke over you. I didn't mean to. They have to be equal, right? So the way you make them equal is use the tab key. Otherwise, it's a little random, like they happen to be equal at the moment. But the tab key will always get you exactly a good indent. So I want to walk through an approach with you, okay? I'm going to put it here.
Very good at calculator sometimes. That's like super super tiny. Tiny notation.
But it's not. It's usually tap E to the something. It's E to the positive, not E to the negative.
Right, that's fine.
Oh, it's E plus 0.
Michael?
Wait, hold on.
I might just have fun with my back propagation.
So, one second.
I've never seen that before.
Action equals this. Print.
A for loop? Oh, is that what you just said?
Hold on.
Sorry.
Whoops.
I didn't hear you.
Come on, computer. All I want to do here is say done, oops,
Oh, it's still me.
that's okay, I got you.
Still me with a not working program. Yeah.
Hold on
It's
now.
not back propagating anymore.
Well, you just take your time to figure it out.
I came down playing it, that's good.
Right there, right? So if I'm done, I want to do break. I want to do this forever and ever. So if I'm done and the reward's not bigger than 0, I think I want to say reset. This says give me a random action, try it. I don't really need all this. Draw a picture so I know what happened, right? And if I'm done, if I got to the answer, good. Otherwise, yeah, try again. It's a little upside down and backwards, but it's pretty simple. And if it eventually agrees to run my code, well, try an approach like that and see how far you get. Okay? Because I don't know if it's right. It's either right or it's close. So hold on, guys. Give you one second. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit in a couple minutes because we're kind of running out of time. But before we do, I want to see, did you get that to where you can do experiments? It may not work, right? What happened there? Did you put a render? Yeah, you did. Why didn't I see a picture? Oh, because it's failing so fast. Yeah. Okay. Just hit. You can hit up arrow to repeat your last command over on the purple one. Did you know that? Watch. Click. You can actually in Unix you can just hit up arrow.
Interfacing options.
So let's just look at your code for a second. You made an environment. You reset it. You printed it. That's fine. Done is false. That's fine. Action is 1. I don't think it does anything. While not done, print action. Fine. Oh, okay. So your initial action is 1. That's okay. You stepped that way, you rendered it, and then you said if the observation is less than a number, okay, let's make it if observation is less than 0, just to balance it. Sure, save that. And try to run it, see what it does. Why is that? You need that just because the first time you make a step, action's got to be something. You don't have an observation. Just wing it, yeah. Do me a favor and just make that 0. Hit save and run that. And are you running the right program to AC to me? Oh, almost, right? Try observation 2, subscript 2. I'm just wondering if one of these will cause it to balance well enough that we can get a peek at it. Oops. Okay. So that starts to suggest that you're going to have to combine those measurements to get it to do something meaningful. Mm-hmm. So the observation is 4 numbers. I'm going to venture a guess that one of those numbers is the velocity of the cart. It's 1. I have to. One of them is the angular velocity of the arm. 2. One of them is the position of the cart, probably. And one is probably the position of the arm. 4 numbers. And it's a clever combination of those 4 numbers if you put them together. Like if it's going this way, but it's that way, then whatever. You could, but given how little time we have, if you spend a little time in the Discord, if you continue to be interested in the problem, we'll solve it. We won't solve it in the next 3 minutes. Oh, no, it has a web interface. No, you can get it through the website. There's a web interface for Discord. That's important. You can't just disappear and we never hear from you again. Get Discord. Go to Discord on the web, and there's a web interface. You'll see. We'll get you going in a second.
I still don't know what to do.
I'm just kind of.
All right, but
I'm getting good Q tables, but then it still just, whenever I try to then run the next piece, it just infinitely goes left again.
well, you're getting better Q tables, right?
Yeah.
But this is still the max value.
Try running it with all the holes though. Well,
I would just brute force. How many times is it solving it?
100.
Yeah, try 1,000. Just curious. That always comes up with 3, and what is motion 3 anyway? But it's also.
Wow, that's disgusting. It made it worse.
What do you mean?
oh,
No, now this is no longer the
got
max.
plus 0 zeros.
They're all kind of the same. All right, you're going to wind up posting your code. It's 8:15, so we're going to wind up posting your
Do you
code.
want me to?
You can throw it in the Discord for one thing, because I'll look at it, right? We've got a whole break coming up. We'll take a look at it.
I won't see the.
Huh? Well, I want to encourage kids for wherever you are, right? You can always post the code in the Discord, and we'll continue if you're curious. We'll make sure whatever it is, we at least figure it out. I wouldn't be surprised that Frozen Lake has been turned into a vexing problem.
My Q table is also weird.
So you guys,
Any encouragement.
you're working on a problem. I've never solved this problem, right?
Yeah.
Like, why would I give you something I know the answer to? I think it's actually a pretty hard problem. I'm kind of liking it, right? Okay, good, good. So now, guys, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? Like, we're going to stop tonight very soon because it's getting late, and then we're all going to have a big winter break, okay? And then we can offer another class or about independent projects. I don't know what would be, and you know, Jeff builds stuff. I don't know if you've heard about Jeff's class.
Really?
But there's a
Well,
series of very wacky things around
You
here
built my PC, don't you?
yeah, there's.
that I'll do stuff.
Dog treats.
But what would help you? What would help you? You're going away to school.
What?
You should come here and teach. Fun. Just do an intro. Get a bunch of kids from Berwick and do an intro. It'll be a blast.
I'll take Will's class.
It'll be a total blast.
Yeah.
What would help you? Okay.
I just like it.
I like being here, but you guys you can do homework here. Like this.
I have.
Yeah, it's open, right? Like it's open after school, right? We go home about 4:30 or 5 o'clock, whatever you want. Right. What would help you guys, my 9th graders?
Driving car.
Besides,
Did you get a license to use a self-driving car?
Well, it depends what level of autonomy it is. If it's level 4, because that's full autonomy, you know, steering wheel.
hey, how's your Raspberry Pi running over there?
There's a level.
Why do you just know that?
Ilya, hey, let's just take a quick break.
Autonomy is like what they have.
I need to level up my autonomous.
Like, yeah, Lloyd drives. It's just like go kill some brothers on that.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, we're getting it.
What would help you guys in this? You know, after the break, maybe like getting on February or something, because we usually take a big break. A course or an independent thing or nothing? Or math homework? Like what? Don't be shy.
I think just being able to practice,
Okay.
just the coding and stuff, and also getting help on it when you need it.
So we absolutely have to get you in the Discord. That is what matters, because that thing goes 24 hours a day.
You can get an app on your phone for it too. I did
There are kids in there that were here 5 years ago that are in college in California in the middle of the night. They're awake, and you're like, oh, I'm stuck. And then like some kid blinks in and goes, oh,
That'll be me.
I'm Kai, right? Exactly right. Yes, it will be you.
I have a question.
Did you get logged in there? Over here?
No, Jeff.
That's how I feel.
Go ahead, come on. We're going to make that's the last thing we're going to do. Go click on it, right?
No,
It's actually a question for Lincoln, though,
Mom.
so it's all right.
Yep.
We'll come back around to it.
It'll
Page blocked. Is that the school's computer? Keep this one. Seriously, type Discord on here. Just, I'm sorry, let me help you just for a sec,
Did
okay?
you put your code in the Discord?
It might be installed.
Says,
Start by typing it
Yeah.
here.
Nice.
type Discord up there.
Refresh.
Nope. Okay, try it on the browser.
Okay. I need literally 6 slides.
I don't know what you're shaking your head.
He's trying
Yep.
to tell you he needs help.
Yep. There you go.
Nope.
So you can do download for Linux or open in your browser, either one.
I'm going.
Doesn't really matter.
I hope you understand that.
Make yourself a person.
Oh, mine's still showing.
Do
No,
that.
it's not mine.
It's just free, it's a kid thing. All the kids, when they play games, they use that.
Is there a way to pause it?
I don't think you stop it, but I don't want to just want to look at what's going on.
Let's see what works.
Is there not? See, Replic's a little bit limited.
Oh,
So,
it should be printing if it works.
no, I don't know of a way to pause it. Sometimes what I do when I'm in that situation is I just sort of write it in such a way that it stops after a little bit. So let me see, you have if reward is greater than 0, render done, else reset, right? So while I'm done, so we don't need a for loop anymore. It's the while loop that we care
Oh, you don't want to see if it works?
about. Okay, but since you're taking random steps, you can just keep taking steps till you're done,
Okay,
and
well,
you'll get the same effect.
it doesn't kill you.
Should I give it a try?
Oh boy.
So see, what did I do up there? I don't remember. I said loop absolutely forever until the end of time, while true. Means loop forever, right?
Make sure that you
And then what I said was, well, I'll just take random steps, right? And when I'm done, if I won, I'll stop, and if I failed, I'll reset. Make sense? So the reason that takes, why does that take many steps? Let's just think about that, right? Well, while true is going to always loop, okay? Always. So the first thing it does, it gets a random action, takes a step. So far, so good. Draws a picture to keep the humans amused. The computer doesn't care. Draws a picture. Great. Then it says, done means, is this attempt over? Well, maybe it's not done. Maybe it just moved one step. It's like, okay, well, if I'm not done, I'll go back up here. Hey, I'll take another step. So it automatically takes multiple steps. I don't have to tell it that. What I do have to tell it is when the episode's done, if you won, great. If you didn't win, you better start over. It's a little upside down because the reset's at the bottom. Okay? But you might want to, in fact, you know what? Are you on the Discord? I'm going to post it up there for you, okay? Okay.
Yeah, just accept and laugh.
Yeah,
But it's like,
isn't
but
that,
it's
Okay.
cool 'cause it bounces
isn't that a
like,
fun one?
but look, it like bounces back and forth like up and down. So it's not even really going left.
Yeah, because it's failing. Because it's slipping
And
and
I'm
then
just
not going
very
left.
entertained with the whole situation.
It's just infinitely trying to go left for some reason.
I don't know why.
Chemistry, huh?
I love it.
Good.
Best thing.
Go take a peek right now. What chemistry courses? Are you taking chemistry right now? Which one?
Analytical, like the AP.
Wow, nice. Good.
I love it's such a good class, and Mr. Maldonis is great. And
She bailed on my class.
I like him very much.
It was not my choice.
What was your course?
I was supposed to be in
CS.
we need to enable the logging because like I want to take that too.
It's very, our
Leo-
CS
Leo
class
had-
I love, but it's a little unfortunate because we're all at very different levels.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So I was really going into it being like, yeah, let's do some really like
Crazy stuff.
kind of higher level stuff. But then we've had to kind of like step back to like catch other people up.
It takes that to get a course started. Once the course is established,
Exactly.
there'll be a
because it's
clearer
the first
path.
year.
There'll be a
Well,
clearer
had
path.
it been you, Ashwin, and I, it would have
Yeah,
been
it's
the
also
two of
because,
them
like-
doing whatever they wanted.
Why-
I
why-
would have been like, no, slow down.
Why did Ashwin bail?
Ashwin wanted, he was in comparative physiology, was his
Okay.
other choice, and they're the same period.
Got it. Okay. You should maybe take a peek when you have time if there's a computational chemistry course.
I was talking to Mr. Maldonis about that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I wonder.
Where?
Just like,
Probably in Coursera, right?
like you know what computational biology is, right?
Yeah. What's Coursera?
That's where all the colleges put their, gotta go look at Coursera.
You would actually like it.
It's awesome, yeah. So our interns that are a little bit older will often say, well, I'm just going to do the MIT AI course, and they just show up and do the course. Okay?
Acquiring computer science.
Introduction to quantum chemistry.
Wow, where's that?
That is, it's not, it's not.
Oh, I can get a degree.
It's from the
Kinda.
University of Manchester.
That's, yeah, okay, in UK. Is it,
Not New Hampshire.
No.
Stanford algorithms.
Chemistry online courses. Oh, there's a zillion of them.
You can take machine learning at Stanford.
Yeah, Stanford Online, it's actually Stanford Online High School is very good. The original one is just MIT OpenCourseWare. Okay? And the way we deal with MIT OpenCourseWare is we just do whatever pace works. Biomolecular modeling on a GPU. Nice. This stuff. You just so you see if there's something you want to do. But you guys, yeah, keep building coding skills, okay? So we're going to wrap it up. I'm happy to answer questions. I'd be very happy if you took that thing home. You can bring it back 6 weeks from now. It doesn't matter. No, we need you to have it so that you can continue to learn. So just for background, those were given to us because they where Jeff works, okay? So if you happen to drop it down the stairs, it's okay because they gave it to us for free. And well, that's all right. Take it, okay? Do you know how to log in? Do you know the password? It's probably LoisLab, but good. Yeah,
She's not
it's
going
okay.
to drop it downstairs. She's going to throw it
You
down.
can slide out, you can go sledding on it down a snowy hill. That's all fine. Do you guys have any questions? So I'm going to do Frozen Lake now. I'm kind of interested.
I don't think I would, maybe.
Huh?
I think I got it solved.
Really? Put it up there. What are you doing over there with a solution not talking? That's not allowed.
Let's see if I can figure out how to do this.
Give it a shot.
Cast things. What is this? How do you make a?
Ooh, I can get a degree and share it on LinkedIn.
Hmm? Oh, do you have to share your desktop or is it in a browser?
I have to share the desktop.
Oh, it's a slightly weird. Let me
That works Linux.
just go over there to the little cast thing. And then go to the cast menu and then oddly hit sources at the bottom and that sneaky little thing. Yeah, go ahead. And then uncast and cast again. And strangely enough, it may work. Or just cast on some other TV or whatever. Yeah, screen right, that looks good. And then click on the entire desktop. And hit, there you go. There you go. So now, see that? God, it sure looks like Python. Okay. What's the theory here?
So, going off of everything that was mentioned, I'm doing 1,000 trainings of the Q table, which is happening right now.
Yep.
And then it runs through it, and it might not get it the first attempt because it's flipping.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of try using the Q table to solve it. Just keep the number of attempts.
It took 28. Okay.
20 attempts using the Q table to
That's-
finally solve it.
That sounds like a solution. I'm going to guess that at random it takes a lot more than 28 steps.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
The
This is
random ones are
20
gonna take-
28 steps with a populated Q table.
Right, I'm saying, so the reason that I believe that converged to what is effectively a solution is that the number of steps required is vastly fewer than a random attempt. So one of the problems with the neural nets is like, how do you know it works? You compare it to something that doesn't. You say, well, when I used noise, I got this result. And when I used pictures of cats, right? And in fact, that's how the crazy neural net that makes people that don't exist. Have you guys seen this spooky
Oh,
thing?
I hate that.
I hate it too. It's like thispersondoesnotexist.com or something.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, don't look.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, everyone hates it, good. But the way it works is it starts with noise, and it says it takes 100,000 images of people, it takes one total noisy image, and it goes, which one's not a person? It's like this one, the noise. And then it goes, well, why is it not a person? It has a bunch of errors. And they go, well, give me examples, and it fixes a few errors. And it does that a gazillion times, and it makes the person who never existed as
How
person.
can you guarantee it's not a person, though?
Guarantee is a strong word. All right. So we're gonna shut down. I'm so proud of you guys for showing up in the unbelievably snowy night. Who's driving? Be careful.
My mom wouldn't let me drive.
That's what I
Good.
would do.
Do you guys have rides? Okay. All right. So we can wait for them to arrive. That's not a problem. But yeah, just be careful. All right. Getting yourselves home. Did you get a Discord going over there? Did you get a Discord account?
So this is looking on.
Okay, did you join our Discord? I don't know. What's your name? Let's see. We'll figure it out. Usually what I do is ask a teenager, honestly. But we'll get there.
Family ginger ale, like bracken.
Her mom. Well, that's just awesome. Because we got Darnisha a nice Berwick shirt. She's worn one for a long time. And I need to give her the money.
Register, is it like any username and any
Because
password?
I'm not going to be in school.
Hang on, hey guys, okay, just a second. So what are you doing?
Is it like any username and any password? Or
I guess so. Hey, Ilya, we need a little Discord tech support. Over there, in the back.
All right, I'll stay in contact.
is it just like any
Yes, please.
username and any
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Your science, chemistry, like that was your.
But yeah, because I want to try to work on making one that learns how to pick.
I could probably write something that'll destroy geometry.
That's what I want to do.
You can do that.
Because that one's in the open AI gym. I think that'd be a fun one to do.
That'd be a blast.
All right.
All right, we'll be
I
around.
want to try to come in more. Probably after winter
Did I tell
break.
you?
I'll probably
Alex
just
and I were trying to build
keep
a
coming
treehouse
in
at
Tuesdays.
Berwick.
Just start winging
And
it.
we were told
What?
Yeah, just
the
wing
only way we could do it was through an iPad.
Good, good. I'll see you soon. Have a good break. Whatever you do, have a good break.
Like, that's ridiculous. We have much more resources than that. We want to build a treehouse. Let us build a treehouse.
Invite people. So,
Gonna get shut down then.
Yeah, I know, right? It's too bad.
Michael, that's how lucky I got. So I went to USC this weekend,
yeah.
and the two people I met, the one guy who's giving the big presentation,
Uh-huh.
and the person who I met at the engineering thing, are the exact two people that read my application. Like, the exact two.
Good.
The guy that gave the first presentation, his like, yeah, my area is a small area of Orange County, and then New Hampshire and Maine. And I was like, no way. I was sitting in the back.
Wait, which place?
USC.
Nice.
I was like,
Perfect.
perfect.
All right.
I think I got a good shot.
If you need any coaching communicating with those folks as the process unfolds,
Yeah,
let me know.
thanks.
Okay.
So we have to figure out how to get you an invite, right?
Thank you very much.
Michael, see you tomorrow.
Or on the Discord, okay?
Check your
Google Pixel. Hold on. I'm trying to send you a link to get you in there. Hold on a sec. Yes. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. We have one little step. We're almost done.
Oh, okay.
Because we didn't realize.
no rush. Communicate. What is your email address? I think I might have your mom.
Doesn't matter. Just once we give you this link, we're never going to use email again. Because we're going to use the chat service, right? I'm just trying to send you the link so you can join. I hear you type it.
Yeah.
Just type it in there, hit send. So we have, I'll show you, hold on. So this is the LoisLab chat room.
Okay.
And there are every kid who's ever been through here.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they support each other.
Yeah.
So they say, hey, I got a question. It's often programming, sometimes it's just math.
Yeah.
And so this is the way we keep things going when we're out of session.
Oh, that's great.
So that when we refer to the Discord, that is what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Surprised you weren't already on there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
One thing at a time. Did it work? Can you join? Okay, try to join. Not that it's in your email too. You can always email me that. Go ahead, try.
Cool.
Do you have an invite? Yes, it's the link in your email. So go to your email and click on the link. Can you do that on your phone? Or give it a shot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I do more classes?
Good. Yes. Are we going to do more classes? Yes. Are you going to come? Classes. Okay. But until then, pop on the Discord. Okay. Yeah, we'll do something early February, late January, early February. Okay?
Thank you.
You're
Merry
welcome.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, so let me.